morning, y'all. Look, you are very unique, special, and different. Everybody knows it. You kind of know it too, but you don't realize how unique you are. When you meet people, they constantly ask you, where are you from again? What state? What country are you from? They think you're from another country. Some of y'all are native to this land, America. Some of y'all are from South America, like me. Some of y'all are from different places, like the UK. But constantly, people always asking you and questioning you, where are you from? How old are you? You're a lot younger than you look. It's because how unique you are. And your uniqueness is very refreshing to a lot of people because they're used to meeting everyday people that follow the mold and the model. They dress a certain way, they talk a certain way, they eat the same foods. They're used to running into copycats, but you're so unique in a way like you don't even realize how unique you are. It's very natural to you. It's like how Michael Jackson is, right? Michael Jackson, he spoke a certain way, he talked a certain way, he dressed a certain way. His dance move was so unique. Like we never saw anybody move like that, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that's you to a lot of people. You're that person on a job, in your city, in your family that is so different. And you wonder why for a long time. You kind of wonder like, yo, why I feel like my experience is so different. I see everybody else kind of experience certain things, but why am I or why was I always treated so differently from people? Is because you're different. And you draw a lot of people to you. You draw a lot of attention to you. You draw a lot of friends, a lot of lovers, a lot of opportunity with work, your job, your career. But at the same time, you draw a lot of envy. You draw some jealousy. You draw hate. You draw in people that are constantly trying to break you apart because in their mind, it's like, no way they're like this. You're not like this. This person's not like this. So in their mind, they have to put you through obstacles or throw you off your square or push you and nudge you because in their mind, eventually the truth is going to come out and it's going to be revealed that you're not who you pretend to be or you're not who you seem to be because they think who you are is a lie. They think you're faking being this like special, different, authentic person because they never met somebody that's just so real, honest, down to earth, kind, loving. Your energy when you walk into a room or an environment is very graceful because you're never trying. You're just being and existing. And you follow the cosmos. You're aligned with the cosmos. You're connected to higher source. You always stay your authentic self and you don't ever feel the need to follow what people are doing or to try to prove anything to anyone. You are in love with being yourself, which is you are rare. You represent point one of the human population where most people when they walk into a room they try to adjust themselves to fit in, to win approval, to compete. But in your mind, you're not in that realm. That's not conscious to you. You're just in the moment a lot of times. And a lot of people are like, wait a minute, what the hell? Like, how are they even like this? When everybody else is super competitive. You're competitive too, but you compete by being yourself, and that's why you always win. And that's why a lot of the people that try to come up against you, and they mind again, it's like why can't I beat this person? They watching you, they studying you, they're trying to figure out how to outdo you, and then after that point, after they realize they can't really compete with you, they try to like emulate you. They try to be better. They try to be a better version of you. They try to be you and be a better version of you than you can. And the reason being is because you have a signature, like your touch, your voice, your walk, how you dress, your intellect, the way that you think, right? The way that you connect the dots when you talk to people, the way you know how to relate to people is very, very, very different and it's very powerful. And that's why a lot of people remember you. That's why people try to get to know you. Like, where are you from? How old are you? How did you grow up? They want to know your background. Is because they can tell that you are a very unique person. You're very, very different. And they can sense that you have this flow about you to where you don't care to emulate anyone or to fit in or to walk into a room and feel like you have to switch and be what other people are in order to be accepted. You were always accepted by being yourself when most people are accepted by trying to fit in and be like everybody else. It's very powerful and you're very refreshing. Like you're like a new, you're like, you know how they came out with that new Popeye's chicken sandwich and everybody's going crazy. Oh my God, they got a chick. It was like that new item. You're the new item in most of the environments that you go into. You're the type of individual to where people, when in a new place, they feel like they have to get to know who you are. They want to be a friend. In their mind, they have to really get close to you and connect with you because they can tell that there are things about you that you're special. And the best thing for them to do is to be around you and to befriend you and be your friend and get in your team because they realize somebody with that level of uniqueness and effortlessness and a flow and the talents and the gifts that you have, that you're gonna go somewhere. You might not be a billionaire, but you're gonna go in a good places because you have good impact. You impact people very well. People are mesmerized by you. You are beautiful in your aura, you know what I'm saying? And you're even gangster in your spirit. And that's another side a lot of people don't see. You might be a very likable person, people might be very drawn and attracted to you, but you have a power about you that balances the scales to where even though folks can tell that you a good hearted person, there's a side to you that says, nah, like I'm cool. We could be on good terms, but I ain't about no nonsense. I'm not about you. People can tell you have a no nonsense attitude because in the past, a lot of people thought you were just one way. They thought you were just positive and kind and you had this good energy to you, but they didn't think you had a backbone. They didn't think you had a bite. They didn't think you had that side to you that will push back and destroy anybody that try to come in your way. And after going through several groups and gangs of people that tried to come against you because they were jealous of your light, you practice and exercise and brought out that more dark side of you. So now you there's even a greater respect for you because folks can tell, okay, you good, they cool, they're authentic, like wow, they're a very powerful person. I want to be around this person. I want to be connected to this person. I want to be associated with them. But at the same time, I'm not gonna betray them. I'm not gonna do anything against them because I can tell they ain't about that bullshit. They can tell you ain't about that nonsense, man. And so you have a very powerful signature on this planet, and it's like it's almost as if you're not even from here. Like I've felt that many times with my experiences. On one end, yes, I draw a lot of people to me. People tell me, "Wow, you're very like I never met somebody like you before." You'll hear that a lot too. Like, "Yo, where you from? I never met somebody like you before." That's because you like being yourself. Um, but at the same time, you could feel like a damn alien, like an extraterrestrial, because the way people act towards you sometimes could be weird. You can have stalkers. You can have people that try to gang up against you. Like I said, there's people that do not like that you were admired and loved by the people in your environment, at your school, at your job, in your career, in your community, at your gym. When you come in, it's like a big celebration. When you walk in the door, it's like people feel like they have to attend to you and they want to be around you. They want to get some of your energy and they want to connect with you. And there's people in that same environment that are standing back and they're looking and they're observing all this and they don't like it because you naturally steal the show. Again, you never try to do anything. This is how you naturally are, and this is how people naturally react and respond to you. But it's people that look in the background, standing on the side, and they do not like this at all. They don't like this one bit. It makes them very insecure. It makes them, these people have attention issues. Maybe they didn't get a lot of attention as a kid. And so they feel like you're taking something from them when you show up. So in order for them to have success or have the popularity that they feel that they should have, that they're entitled to, they feel like they have to destroy you. So they'll go on a smear campaign to try to make people think that you're not who you seem to be. And it always backfires because you're consistent in who you are and it makes people look stupid. These same people that try to ruin your life, ruin your reputation, it backfires and they look even more stupid. And now nobody rocks with them, and people double down and rock with you even more because they can see that you're strong and you're resilient, and you don't budge, you don't fold, nobody can knock you off a square because you are solid and you are who you say you are, which is again another very distinct and unique quality that most don't have. Most people fold under the slightest bit of pressure. Your resilience is also another sign of like, okay, on one end, this person is very like a very authentic and in their personality, right? You. But on the other end, the level of resilience that you have is almost like godlike. It's almost like you're an angel. Like you're not. You have. You're a human being. You look human, but you're very beautiful in your face and your features, and your energy, and your intellect, and your mind, the way that you think, and how you impact the room and with your aura. And at the same time, the level of strength and resilience that you hold is like, okay, this is definitely not a normal person. Like, where this person from? They're not trying to figure out what state you're from. They're trying to figure out what galaxy your ass is from, because your strength is just so. It's almost like you like somebody from the Bible or something. They wondering if you have superpowers. A lot of people trying to figure out if you have superpowers, and what I mean, they trying to see if you could levitate and feed what a thousand with a loaf of bread or 100 with a loaf of bread, like Jesus. Your resilience is another thing. Your resilience, your fight, your mindset, your resourcefulness is like, yeah, this person isn't. This is not normal, and that now it makes even more people want to be on your team because they realize you're not going anywhere. And maybe for a second they might have thought that some of the friction and the resistance that you faced was going to be it for you. That was going to expose the weaknesses that they thought you did have. But it actually exposed how strong and powerful you always are, you always were. And they can even see that's spiritual. That's in your energy. So you are a blessing to this planet. You are a blessing to a lot of people's lives. Maybe some people in the past may have took you for granted because you were so kind and loving, and they thought maybe you'll always be there. But you have boundaries. You done cut folks off, and now a lot of people realize like, yo, damn, like they might be good, but I can't play with them like that because they're not like that. They're not like this nice, passive, forgiving person, spineless that I could just do anything to, and they always gonna be there. Some folks regret, take you for granted, but a lot of people realize after seeing everything that you went through and still winning and being successful, that yeah, you're definitely the one to be around, and you're growing in popularity, and the love that you got before for being yourself is getting tenfold, and that's why you're getting a lot of attention. Maybe some of y'all gaining followers. A lot of y'all are being highly respected and are held in high regard. Your pay is going up. Everything is going up for you because you're being rewarded for overcoming really Satan through these enemies that you had. And it just made you that much stronger, that much more powerful, that much more resilient. Everyone is seeing now that maybe the smear campaign that was said about you before to try to undermine who you really were, they might have questioned it before because they couldn't believe how unique and special you were. But now everybody's seeing that you were never lying. And you actually are exactly who you say you are. And you are a blessing. You're beautiful. And you're a gift. There will never be another person like you. Just like there'll never be another Michael Jackson. There'll never be another Tupac. There would never be these special type of people. They weren't really special. They were just living as a person that God created them to be, and they did not compromise their authenticity to fit in with this world. They may have lived in this world. They may have had flesh like everybody else, but they weren't of this world. And that's who you are. So keep being yourself. Keep staying tapped in and being connected to the universe, and keep being you. Peace.